everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Courtney Williams, and today we are talking about 5 transformative things to help you shift your energy from being depressed to feeling good. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time to hop in the chat because I know I'm going on a bit later than intended, but I'm still here. So yes, we're showing up. And then 2, I just want to, take a little moment. Y'all know how I do in the beginning of a live chat. I like to kind of give everybody a moment to get the notification and actually get into the chat so everyone's here and present and have an opportunity to participate with anything that they want to add to the conversation. And then we're going to move forward, and I will share a little bit about the full moon and the energy that has been surrounding the full moon, and just a bit about how my week has been going and some of the things that I've been doing this week, because this is still a mental check-in as well. And then I will share how I experienced this shift myself this week, and just the 5 transformative things that I believe have been super useful for me, and I feel like sharing with you because it might help you out too. Hi, Drina, am I saying your name right? Hi, welcome. And in the meantime, as everyone gets into the chat, let me share what I'm eating today. So right now, I'm drinking some coconut water. This is very big for me because I used to not like coconut water. I didn't like to drink it, but I love putting coconut water in smoothies, in juices, like y'all saw on last week's live. I must say as well, thank you so much for being so patient with me, because like I said, I didn't realize that I made last week's live, like I didn't switch it to public. So thank you for still watching that video and all the support and comments and likes and just all the good responses. I appreciate it so much. So if you watch that video, you know that I put coconut water in my juice, and I showed y'all how I made my juice with the portable travel blender. So maybe this is why I'm starting to like to drink it straight now, because at first, like when I would be living in Brazil, and they have the coconuts everywhere, like in Brazil, in all like tropical places, it's like they're on every street corner, you know what I mean? And in Brazil specifically, they are so inexpensive. And coconut water is really good for you. It has a lot of benefits. And the first time I tried it, I was actually in Thailand. And I remember I was traveling somewhere with one of my friends, Monica. She's also another travel blogger. And she's actually in Thailand right now, y'all. So I'm going to see her before she leaves. And basically, she was the first travel friend that I made. Like, like when you're traveling, or when you get on this journey, if you're not already, and you start to travel, you'll start to have these relationships where you'll meet other travelers who just feel so divinely aligned to you, like soul family, and you'll literally connect with them like, oh my God, like I feel like I've been knowing you forever, and it just be this host of good energy, and you might end up traveling with them, which is what me and her did. We were going in the same direction, so it was a good chunk of time that we spent together, and then we linked up in different countries. I want to say we've linked up in like 2 or 3 countries, I believe. Yeah, it's 3 actually. We linked up in Malaysia, in Bangkok, and Vietnam. Now she's back in Vietnam, and she's back in Bangkok, and I haven't seen her in at least 2 years. Maybe a little bit long. It's probably been like 3 years, honestly. I haven't seen her in 3 years. So I'm going to see my boo before I roll out for my visa run. And I'm so excited about this. So yeah, drinking some coconut water. She was the one who first introduced me to coconut water. And I just have like a salad. I hope y'all can see a good view of it. Basically, there's sunflower seed. It's like a honey roasted sunflower seed that I put on this. Carrot, tomato, bell pepper, cucumber, and red onion, and then I just put some Italian dressing on top of this. So this is what I'm eating right now. It's very delicious to me. Oh, I also put apples in this because I love like the sweetness that apples add to a salad. I like putting fruit in my salad. So I must also give y'all an update. I'm now officially vegetarian. Let the church say amen. So in 2019, I feel like spirit was really working on my spirit. Y'all know I've been going through this transformation for a minute, and y'all been seeing it. Now we're just at the point where I'm able to discuss it further and go further in detail with y'all. And girl, I'm from Texas, okay, honey? I'm from Texas, baby. And y'all know we like things bigger in Texas, and we eat a lot of meat in Texas. However, spiritually, I don't believe that we are carnivores. You know what I mean? So there has been a major shift that has been happening within me where I have been eating more plant-centric. And Spirit have been bringing a lot of vegans to my journey, you know? I'm sure y'all remember when I was hanging out with the vegan trap queens. They're the girls who do vegan soul food catering. If you go back in my videos, if you haven't seen that video, oh, Drina, yes, I'm glad I said it right. Welcome, boo. Y'all see, I did like my first music video edit, and it was like for their promo. They've been in a couple of vlogs from Vietnam, so if you haven't seen it, just go back to like my Vietnam vlogs and videos, and you'll see them. It's two girls, really dope. Both, no, Michelle has dreads. Ebony has like natural hair. But you'll see them, dark skin, light skin, really great energy. We always have fun every time we linked up. So basically, Spirit have been bringing me a lot of vegans into my journey, right? Now, honestly, to me, when meeting a lot of vegans felt very extreme initially because I feel like sometimes vegans are hardcore and then sometimes they're not. But a good chunk of them that I've encountered have been a bit hardcore where, you know, they want everyone around them to be vegan. And I understand it to one extent because it's like, you know, if you're winning, you should want the people around you to win too and to be able to lift their energetic nourishment as well. However, I am a avid believer that this is your journey and you got to walk it for your damn self. Okay. So sometimes I found some issues with the process that vegans would go through to put veganism on others. You know what I mean? Like, let me walk my own damn journey and get to my own enlightenment. Okay. Like I don't need you to be telling me disgusting things about food, you know, or making food restrictions on me if we share a space. Like those things bother me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I feel like Spirit is I feel like eventually I'm going to be vegan, but I'm not quite there yet. And Spirit was taking me piece by piece. However, throughout 2019, I really associated myself as a plant-centric person, you know, like just how people think like, oh, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, or pescatarian, if I'm even pronouncing that right, are different, you know, the different dietary things that people pick up. I personally felt like I was plant-centric because I honestly had stopped cooking meat, y'all, while I was in Brazil. Honestly, before I went to Brazil, before I went to South America, I had stopped cooking meat. And it wasn't like something that I was disgusted by. It just was like one of those things that just happened. And I honestly was making a shift to where I was cooking a lot more vegetables. And, you know, especially when you're on a budget, it's really great to cook your food at home because you save a bit more. You know what I mean? It goes a longer way. You can cook it the way you like. You can make sure it's cooked with integrity. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of benefits that go into it. And with that process of me cooking at home, balancing out my budget and, my spending, I basically just started cooking more healthy. And I just realized I was eating less and less meat. Like I still was eating meat, but it was just less and less. Then I left Brazil and I went home. And even while I was home, y'all, I ate really healthy, like real healthy. And when I left Texas this last time, y'all know I hopped to Korea before I hopped to Bangkok, where I'm at now. And I realized I fasted while I was in Korea, but I was binge eating it was like something was happening I know what was happening while I'm talking about something, like, I don't know. Basically, I was shifting. I was letting go of some beliefs that no longer serve me. I was digging very deep within myself. I was doing a lot of shadow work. And I realized sometimes when I'm going that deep within myself, just sometimes like my inner child or my ego will start acting out in other ways. And a lot of times it is with food, because food has always been a comfort to me, which food is a comfort for a lot of people. So I was taking notice. I was like, dang, I've been eating so well and so healthy, and now I'm binge eating. Like, what is this about? And I just was asking myself and, going deeper and deeper and deeper and just asking myself, like, why are you eating like this? What's wrong? And even like if you're binge eating things, like you got to be mindful of who you are. You got to really go on your exploration of yourself, because at one point I got to Bangkok and I was binge eating chicken and rice. And I was like, what is up with me eating so much chicken all of a sudden? Like, what is this about? And then once I dug a little bit deeper, I realized like this is something that my inner child likes. Like when I was a child, my favorite dish was chicken and rice, like cooked anyway. Like it was my favorite dish. And so it was like my inner child was showing up in that way, and it was some things that I needed to address with her. And we're still addressing some things and still building that relationship. So yeah, I basically have been on this transition of healthier eating. And then recently, girl, I know y'all been hearing about this coronavirus. And sidebar, I know I'm rambling. I don't feel like I'm rambling, but we went off tangent a bit. Don't worry. If you're watching the replay, we gonna get to today's topic, okay? However, the coronavirus has been something that's been popping up recently in China. And honestly, y'all, everybody and their mama been calling me, okay? Even my friends, like when I was hanging out with some friends, everybody and their mama was calling them because, there's this fear that is being distributed where people worried about catching this virus. And I have to be honest with y'all, like, I am aware of everything. Well, I'm not going to say everything, but Spirit is making me aware of what I need to be aware of in terms of the virus. But it was like, as soon as the first time I heard about it, I honestly wasn't worried, y'all. I truly, truly, truly was not worried in my spirit. I felt protected. You know what I mean? And I felt like I don't have nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? And I feel like that comes with making sure that you're in spiritual alignment. Hi, yes, working the AM, but wanted to come show some support. Welcome, y'all. Follow the Flyboy Way. I actually met him while I was in Colombia when I was hanging out with Ace. I met a whole bunch of dope people while I was there. We were actually in Barranquilla for Carnival. Shaking major ass. Well, I was shaking major ass, but we was all living our best life basically. And I still ain't put that footage out, but don't worry, it's coming. So check him out, show him some support and some love. So yeah, I felt very much like I don't have anything to worry about. And I don't want to go too deep into it because there's a lot of information that I've been finding out, but I don't really feel like I can share right now because I've been hearing that basically, YouTube, social platforms have been blocking the information about it. So we'll talk about that in another time. However, some of the information that's been coming up to me about my health. One, I got a little message. About not eating dairy and not eating meat. And I later on got that message confirmed by one of my tarot readers because I have my own tarot deck, so I do my own tarot reading, but I also have spiritual advisors who are in higher vibrational frequencies than I am that I sometimes will go to for advice and for clarity. And so even I was like, I see all these shifts with my health, and I see some changes happening, and something is telling me that there's something with this meat that I need to be aware of. Because especially with that binge eating of chicken, especially when I got to Brazil, I was like, what is going on? And one of my tarot readers was just telling me, yeah, like spirit is like you need to stop eating meat and dairy. It's not gonna be. They was like, it's not gonna be permanent, but you definitely need to stop eating it for now. And honestly, I feel like spirit was playing a little bit of games because y'all, after I got that message, I start seeing the coronavirus, and then I start seeing a lot of spiritual messages about your health being a direct correlation to protecting yourself against the coronavirus. And I also saw a video. I'm not gonna go too deep into. Damn, my battery is on 5%. Okay, I'm gonna have to get up and change this in a second. But I'm not gonna tell y'all the exact video. I saw a video and it was it gave a explanation that depicts the process that meat has within your body, and it was really disgusting. I'm not gonna share it because I feel like, as I said, you should walk your own journey. However, for me, I know for me, like, I am not a person who can see my food in a disgusting way and then be able to continue to eat it. Like, even with dairy, like, I've never been like a big dairy eater. I have been doing a lot of eggs since I've been in Asia, but I've never been a big dairy eater. However, I just remember one time, like, I got a hold of some bad milk, and after that, I don't even drink milk now. Like, I don't use milk. I don't drink milk, none. So after getting this message about how meat sits into your body after, and like, spirit just gave me a very motivating, meatless depiction to move forward. And I was like, oh my God, And so I just thought it was funny of like, message of like, okay, if I'm gonna eat meat, it could be once a month, but it just was a interesting message of like, oh, it's not gonna be permanent of not eating meat, but I don't know, y'all. For now, I'm vegetarian. Okay, for now, I'm vegetarian. So yes. Girl, it's been a lot. So before I move forward, let me plug my computer. Let me plug it because it's about to die. It's about to die. It has a good 5%. Hold on. Y'all, I really don't have a major plug right now. Ooh, I'm dropping shit. I'm dropping shit, girl. Okay, I gotta move y'all back a little bit too so that this can extend. Hold on, y'all. Oh man, this is such an awkward little pose. Hold on, y'all. I'm missing a piece. Bam, we in action. Okay. We're in action. We're in action. All right, y'all. Back with more space. Okay, so what's been going on this week? Basically, y'all know the full moon happened on the 24th, I believe. I want to say the full moon happened on the 24th. And I'm not sure if y'all realize this, but I know that like energetically, a lot of people were feeling a bit low, right? So this is what this video stems from, because I personally was feeling a little bit low. Like, I think it's a big misconception that if you are a positive person, or if you're trying to vibrate high, or if you're an empath, light worker, anywhere along that spectrum, that you must always be, you know, happy. And honestly, you do want to be mindful of your energy and vibrating in a specific frequency so that you can live the life that you desire, so you can be on the same frequency as the things that you desire. However, that does not exempt you from feeling other emotions on the spectrum of life. You know, you will feel depressed sometimes, you will feel sad sometimes, you know, anxious, fear, all these different things. So just because you're moving at a high frequency doesn't mean that you're going to not feel these things. So I just believe that it's important to have some techniques to know how to transform this energy, acknowledge this energy, you know, transmute this type of energy, and then release it so that you can move on to, you know, a different type of emotion, because emotions are fleeting. Like, really, they truly are. They come for a moment and they only stay longer if you allow them. It was so good. So basically, it's so good. The full moon came and I was noticing a big shift within myself. I was just feeling low. Like, I was feeling really tired. I was feeling like I wasn't really eating, you know. I just was feeling like my space was getting a bit dirty. Like literally, you have to also go within and realize like what are things that happen when you're starting to feel depressed. And I know even for me, like sometimes I'll shut down. Like I just won't answer messages for like a very long time. Like normally on a normal basis, I still am mindful about my time and finding my own balance. So that still sometimes means that I might not answer a message right away. But I do know if I've gone, like if messages start building up, you know, to a very big extent, then I know that's one of my signs, you know. Like I know a couple of different things of like what my signs are, because I've been being very mindful of like, you know, what my triggers are, because I believe as individuals, if we're being triggered, you know, it is our responsibility to acknowledge and even recognize that we're being triggered, and then to dig deeper and find out why we're being triggered and to heal that issue. Because a lot of times I feel like people be like, "Oh, you triggered me," but I feel like when people say that, they're trying to put the responsibility on someone else, and it is not someone else's responsibility for your healing process. Hi, Emily. Hey, girl. Hey, boo. So yeah, basically I just was feeling, I knew something was off with my energy. And then even as the week progressed, I literally was talking to some of my friends, some of my accountability partners, you know, like just different people in my circle. And I realized that it was a common denominator. Like all of us were feeling off at the beginning of the week, like around the 24th, because that's when the full moon was. All of us were feeling off. And so when the full moon happened, because normally I like to do full moon rituals, I like to do releases during full moons, things like that. I gotta do a little plug. If you don't have the spiritual toolkit, definitely get the spiritual toolkit. You can click the link in the bio to support our community and cop that. And it's super helpful because I actually put some resources in there for full moon rituals and where you can go to find different rituals for the full moon and stuff. So I be on that tip, you know. I don't keep. It's interesting because I don't follow the moon intentionally. It follows me, right? Like I believe that my spirit team just makes sure that I know what's happening when, and that I have the proper resources and that I have the proper information so that I can move forward with whatever I need to be doing during different energetic times. Because, for example, like this particular full moon, it was like I was already preparing for it before I even realized that it was a full moon. And I was like, oh, okay. And even like the full moon that happened around October, like on the actual night, I just remember like that day I went to the park and I was walking to the park. And I ended up bringing like this stick back with me from the park. I never do anything like that. I don't know why. I just, you know, sometimes your spirit do stuff and you just gotta listen and you just gotta go with it. Follow the directions when your spirit is telling you things. So, girl, all I know, I went on this amazing walk, mini hike, beautiful view. Brought back something from the park, and then I get home. I'm watching different things, and different information is popping up for me. And then I stumble on a ritual, and basically I read the ritual, and I was like, I done already started the ritual without even knowing. You know what I mean? It was like when I was reading the article, the ritual was saying to go for a walk in a natural space and find a art, like something from the nature that resonates with you, and bring it back. And I had already done that, and not even like I didn't even know I was about to do a ritual. You know what I mean? Like that's how like things just be aligning for me, y'all. Like truly, things just be aligning for me. Hi, Tammy. Like the information just be showing up for me, because even with this particular full moon, it was like I said beforehand, I was buying flowers, I was buying honey, I was seeing like gold things that I was collecting, which is very significant to Oshun, who has been speaking to me or trying to connect with me a lot, even while I was in Brazil. And when the full moon came, my energy was real salt. Like my energy was like not in a high place. Like I was feeling low, and I was just feeling like just exhausted and a little sad. And I really didn't have a reason. It was just like something in the energy was different. And I ended up not doing my full moon ritual on the day that it was the full moon, which I have to say this as well. When you're doing full moon rituals, they don't necessarily have to be done on the full moon. Like there's normally a period of time, like I want to say it's up to like 3 days after the full moon, where the energy of the full moon is still very present. Of course, it's more potent energy for the full moon, like the closer to the full moon that you do it, but it's still more potent energy. You know what I mean? Like the energy of a full moon, for whatever energy it's bringing, whether that's release or love or, you know, whatever it is, whatever energy that full moon is bringing, you still have some time. So don't feel like I must always do it on the night of the full moon. So basically, I was planning to do mine on the full moon, because once I started buying these little things, I was like, why am I buying all this stuff? All these things are are just reminding me of Oshun and stuff like that. And I was like, I feel like I'm being prepared for a ritual, you know. And then I Googled when the full moon was, and I was like, oh shit, full moon is like in 3 days. Oh, okay. I see this preparation happening, spirit. Come on through. And then literally, girl, when the full moon actually got here, the energy of the full moon, I was feeling like as if I was depressed or something. Like I low-key wanted to shut down. And I was like, what's going on, Courtney? Like I be talking to myself. I be like, what's wrong with you? You okay? Or not? Because there has been a lot of shifts happening. A lot. And I have been in some very vulnerable places over the last few months, y'all. Like, I gotta be real with y'all. I've been in some very vulnerable places, and I wasn't depressed. It was like, even in those vulnerable spots, I knew I was gonna be okay, and I had faith, and I still had this high energy in myself. Like, it don't matter. Like, this is a moment of perseverance. So it was very odd to me that I was feeling depressed around the full moon when nothing had happened. I was safe. I had food. I had a place to stay. You know what I mean? Very comfortable. Like, you know, nothing specific had happened to trigger some depression. And then to be in that state is like, you know, something was going on energetically. And I felt like I wasn't the only one as time moved forward, because like I said, everybody in my circle was feeling low. Like everybody in my circle was feeling like not themselves. And then y'all know I've been modeling. Yeah. I'm excited about that. We'll talk about that in another video. So I went to my second paid gig, and while I was at the studio, we were talking about how the week was going, and she was also saying like everybody who came into the studio during that period of time, like their energy was low. They didn't want to be there. They were kind of, you know, just sad or just all these low vibrational things. So I believe this is something that was happening to the collective. So on one particular day, when I was feeling the lowest and I really didn't want to get out the bed, and I was about to go into a major little shutdown, I just started to do some things. It was like my spirit started to do some things, and I just took note. So this is where these 5 transformative steps are coming from, because, you know, when I was in Vietnam, I dealt with a lot of depression, and I really didn't know how to handle the depression in those moments. But like from those periods of time to now, it's like I have been growing and learning what helps me feel better, and how to identify when I'm feeling low, and how to identify like what's triggering me, how to heal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm transforming and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm leveling up. So of course I want to share with y'all, because y'all my boots. So I want to make sure that y'all are also receiving the tools necessary to heal and transform any fears or anxiety or depression that you may have to, feeling good. I actually wrote them down. So woke up this particular morning, wasn't feeling my best. Like, even I tried, like, normally I meditate each morning. I was laying in bed, like, feeling very irritable, feeling like I wanted to shut down, feeling like I wanted to sleep even more, even though I had been sleeping for the last couple of days, and feeling a little bit discouraged because I've been working really hard on, finding my balance for my routine. And it was just like I had hit a little block in the week where I wasn't like, I was working towards the routine and wasn't nothing. It just felt like nothing was working out. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I done missed that time. I didn't hit that. I didn't hit that or that. Fuck this shit. Like, I was having a little moment, right? And I was like, okay, Courtney, let's at least try to do some meditation. And I couldn't even do my normal meditation routine because I was so just irritable and antsy. And that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I feel like when you're doing meditation, when you're first starting meditation, it's more prevalent because you're new to this. You know what I mean? But like, once you get into it a little bit more, antsiness doesn't really happen frequently unless there's something deeper happening on an energetic space with you, So I tried to do my meditation, and girl, it just was not successful. Like, I was not resonating with it. I wasn't feeling any type of relief after or during the process of it. I didn't feel like I connected with my energy, with my higher self in any type of way that gave me any type of relief. And then I was very antsy. So I was like, nah, something is going on. And I just decided to like lay in the bed for a bit. And I was just like, being still, because I believe when you are having a conflict within your energy and some emotions that don't feel high vibrational, it's like sometimes you need a moment to go within and be still, so your spirit can tell you what you need to do. So after a while, the first step that I took was to play some frequency music. We're actually listening to some frequency music now. I'm not sure if y'all can hear it or how loud it's showing up, but frequency music is like, honey, it's the most effortless thing that you can do to shift your energy. Like, sis, it's a vibe, okay? Like, the tones of frequency music have different benefits based off of what frequency you're listening to. Like, they have the 432, I want to say it's called hertz, the 432 hertz, 638 frequency. Like, there's a lot of different ones. You can definitely easily do a Google search and look up what are some of the most common benefits of frequencies. Like, for instance, I've seen several different lists where they have a listed guide of like, if you're feeling sad, listen to this frequency. If you want to uplift your immune system, which is really great right now because of this coronavirus, I want to say the 285 frequency is for lifting your immune system. If you're feeling like you're surrounded by negativity and you're wanting to release that negativity or release blockages, they have frequencies for all of these things. And I'm not sure if y'all are aware, but even within the music industry, back in the day, during during the Al Green period of time and before, they used to make music on the love frequency. It's like 4 something. I can't remember the exact one, right? The exact number digit. It's like a 3-digit number. But basically, the music industry before that period of time used to make music based off of providing like this love frequency behind the music to make people feel good. Because even Mozart, like it wasn't just like, it was like Mozart and somebody else who was very prominent in, basically this frequency was highly used throughout music history, in classical music, in jazz, in what all the music, okay, like all the music, it had this love frequency that they used to as the musical tone. And then the music industry basically passed some kind of law, some kind of regulation that changed the type of frequency. They lifted the frequency a bit more, but they changed it to a frequency that is not a frequency that serves our energy, basically. So this is also has a lot to do with the type of music that we have now and the type of frequencies. And music is very big, especially for Black people, especially for people of color. Like the way that we connect with music is so different from a lot of other people, you know what I mean? Like it's something that shifts our energy, and it's something so profound that can also lift our energy. This is why you have to be mindful of what you're listening to, especially when you're not feeling your best, you know what I mean? So frequency music is the first thing that I played. That was the first step. I just put on a frequency mix, and I literally put in a negativity release and blockage release frequency. And it was so divine because the one that I felt resonated to listen to had a butterfly on it, which is my totem animal, my life totem animal. You have several different spiritual animal totems that pop up in your journey of life at different points that bring you messages, but everyone has one that is with them for their whole life. However, the butterfly is mine, and that was just like a good sign that like this was definitely the one that I needed to listen to. And so I just like, you don't have to do anything while you're listening to frequency music. You just lay there, or you sleep, or you go about your day, and it shifts your energy. So it's like one of the easiest steps to take if you're not feeling your best, or if you're feeling some type of emotion that you don't want to feel, or some type of emotion that you want to heal. So for starters, if you want to start listening to frequency music, which I highly recommend, basically you can either go to my YouTube channel, just go to the main page. I actually have a free playlist that is titled My Favorite Frequency Music. Just go to there, you can play the whole thing, or you can play whichever ones resonate deeply with you. I do want to give you a heads up. Most of the time, frequency music is very long videos. They're normally from like 3 hours to 7 hours. So some people like to listen to them while they sleep. I actually listen to frequency music while I sleep. I listened to them while I slept a lot in Vietnam. Because in Vietnam, I was triggered on every single corner of my life. I was like, oh, this is way too much. Like I was very depressed in Vietnam, and I had went through a major moment that was very low. And I was like, I got to get the fuck up out of here. But in that process of figuring out that I needed to leave and, figuring out what my lessons were there, I was listening to frequency music. So first up, go to my page, look for the playlist. If you see, I have like different playlists on my main page, and it's one row that says just for you, sis. And it has a bunch of different playlists that I would like recommend. And one of them is my favorite frequency music. So literally you can go through there and play. If you want to try something else, you could also just do random Google too, but even YouTube, like YouTube University and Google University is your friend, boo. Okay, like you literally just put in frequency music plus whatever emotion you're trying to get over. So releasing negativity, frequency music, bringing in money, frequency music, releasing blockages, frequency music. Like just play around with it, and a list of things will pop up, and literally just scroll through whatever one you're drawn to. Just listen to that. Like whether you're drawn to the wording, the picture, the thumbnail, like allow your spirit to lead you. So the first step is going to be listen to some frequency music. So I'm laying in bed, I turned on the frequency music. And then I was like, okay, I started breathing a bit, and then from there I started looking around and I just realized that my house was really a mess. And so I was like, okay, I need to clean. So step 2 is to start to clean your space. And even if you don't feel like it, because when I tell y'all, in that moment, I didn't feel like it, boo. I really didn't feel like cleaning. Like even while I was clean, when I did get up, I was like, okay, all right, all right, Spirit, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my space. It's very important because your space, whether it's clean or dirty, is a direct correlation to what is happening with you energetically. And if you want to shift that, you got to shift your environment. And that's the first thing that you can do that's actually free. You know what I mean? Like clear out the space, clean out the space, and it's going to make you feel a bit better. You know what I mean? Open some windows, turn on get some natural light in the building. You know what I mean? And then start to pick things up. And even if just feel like overwhelmed because your house is a mess at that particular time. Because even for me, sometimes I have moments where shit is just everywhere. But I just started picking up one piece at a time. When I tell y'all, I was dragging my ass, like real shit. I was dragging my ass, but the frequency music was in the background, and then I was like, I know I need to clean this space. So it took me a while, but I just did one piece at a time. And before you knew it, everything was in its rightful place. And the house was clean, and I felt just a weight had been lifted off of me by cleaning. So step 2 is to clean your space, okay? Then after that, I got in the shower, and step 3 is to get in the shower, but get in the shower in a way of not just cleansing yourself, but also look like water is energy, basically. Water is energy. So you need to, when you're in the shower, you have to set intentions, like set the intention that this water is cleansing you, that this water is purifying you, that this water is releasing these bad feelings that you feel or these emotions that aren't making you feel good. And just visualize visualize this water falling on you as you feel it falling on you, and visualize that it is just washing away the emotions of depression, of fear, of anxiety, and it's just all flowing down your body as it's washing away and flowing into the drain. Like literally, the power of water is so significant. On a sidebar, I've also been programming my water when I drink my water as well with affirmations. I'll be sharing more about that in the future with y'all as well. But I say that to say water is so powerful. So when you're in the shower, program, visualize, set your intention, and just enjoy the shower. You know what I mean? And then if your body can handle, your body definitely can handle it. But I feel like sometimes with society, we're so used to having hot water that we feel like we can't even begin to bear taking a cold shower. But I would highly recommend, if you can, or if you want to push yourself a little bit further during the shower, take a cold shower, because that will give you just extra circulation in your body. It's going to shock your nervous system. It's going to get energy and your blood flowing, which is all great to help you start to shift your mood. So this particular shower, I just took a hot shower because my shower has a heating box, and it actually doesn't. I tried to take a cold shower last night, and it didn't get cold. Like it still was being heated up. So I wasn't able to, but still, even if you just take a shower, period, and visualize and set your intention, all of these steps help in that process of making you feel better and getting and shifting that energy. The 4th step is to put on something cute. Okay, put on something cute. Y'all know that you feel better. Like when you look good, you feel good. Okay, and it don't matter if you ain't going nowhere. Because on this particular day, I wasn't going nowhere. Like I had no motherfucking plans. Like I said, I had kind of I was on the verge of a little shutdown. So I had no plans. I wasn't going nowhere. So, but that don't mean that you can't get cute and sit around your house. We do it all the time for the holidays, So put on something cute and just let that energy flow through you. Like literally, whatever the cutest thing it is that you like to wear, put it on. Whatever it is, whatever piece in your closet that makes you feel your best, put it on. You know what I mean? All of this starts to shift your energy. And then I did a self-care activity. So step 5 is to do a self-care activity. That may look like, which actually I'm doing a self-care activity after this. So this is a sheet mask. I always buy random ones. This is my first time using this brand. This is Baby Bright. This is a cucumber and aloe vera. I often do charcoal, cucumber, aloe vera, orange, citrus type face sheets. But yeah, this one I don't normally use. I just randomly found this one because the brand that I used to use in Thailand, I haven't been able to find it lately. So I've just been picking up different ones that I'll see. And this one is really great for moisturizing. So it doesn't have to be, a self-care activity does not have to be something that costs you money. It could be something like going to the park, which is very great and grounding and very great for when you are feeling depressed and you want to transform that energy into a higher vibrating energy. You know what I mean? Like particularly on that day when I was feeling low, I started painting my nails. Okay, because these are my natural nails. These are my natural nails. Okay, yes, and I love painting my nails. Like now, my grandmother goes to the nail shop all the time. She a little bougie, y'all, but I love her with her bougie self, okay? And basically, when I was growing up as a child, before I went to CPS, whenever I would visit my grandmother, on the weekends, she would always paint her nails. And I just picked that up from her. And in the beginning, I never could do it well. Like, girl, I'd have nail polish all over the place. But as I just painted my nails more and more, I've gotten really great at polishing my nails. Even living in Southeast Asia, because when I first came to Southeast Asia, now there's a lot of shifts happening where there's now a lot of nail salons here. But if you're staying in some of the rural places of Thailand, Vietnam, and stuff like that, sometimes I couldn't find a nail shop, and I was like, damn, I can't be walking around here with my nails looking a hot mess, because for me, I feel like your nails are like a depiction of as a woman, do you take care of yourself? You can't be walking around here with chipped nails. It's better to just put on some clear polish or not put no polish on at all versus walking around with chipped nail polish. It's like an indication that you don't take care of yourself, baby. And we take care of ourselves in this community. So yes, period. Okay. So basically, I've been polishing my nails for a very long time, and this is something that's very soothing to me, and it's a very nourishing self-care activity for myself. So in that moment, girl, I literally put on something cute and I painted my nails, you know what I mean? And then after I polished my nails, I was feeling real great, because when you get a fresh polish, you like, come through nails, so you're feeling good. So all of these steps all together made me feel better. Now, was I feeling at the most highest energy? No. You know what I mean? But I was not feeling as low as I was in the beginning at the start of my day. And that's so profound, because I do feel like sometimes when you're depressed, you just want to feel happy all of a sudden, but sometimes it takes you steps to get there. And sometimes even just shifting your energy a little bit will start to trickle other things in and start to, how it is when it's okay, like one thing has triggered another and has triggered another. Just that shift alone can start to trigger more feelings and surprises and things that will lift your spirit after that. And I want to say, I can't remember I can't remember at this exact moment how my day ended, but I do feel like something happened, but I can't remember exactly at this moment to tell you, but something happened at the end of that day. I can't remember if it was like somebody called me with some free tickets, because I did get free tickets to this Dave Chappelle show. I actually also filmed a Get Ready With Me video, so y'all are gonna be seeing that very soon. But it's like all kinds of just amazing things have been happening to me and have been unfolding for me. So I'm so grateful. And yeah, so thank you for allowing me to share these steps with y'all. So before I go, let me recap. So if you are trying to shift your energy from depressed to feeling good or feeling better, these are the 5 transformative steps that you should take. 1, play some frequency music. Don't forget, I have a free My Favorite Frequency Music playlist on my YouTube channel for you all to access. And I am always adding new things there, okay? 2, clean your space. When you clean your space, it just brings in new, fresh energy, and it shifts the energy that you're feeling within yourself. So clean your space. 3, take a shower. And if you can, take a cold shower and visualize the shower water purifying you and washing away the fears, the anxiety, the depression, whatever emotions you're feeling. Visualize them falling off your body and draining into the drain, okay? 4, put something cute on, because when you look good, you feel good, period. It don't matter if you ain't got nowhere to go. Put something cute on and walk around the house like you the shit, because you are, okay? Number 5, end with the self-care activity. Even if that doesn't mean that you ain't got no money, but you got some in your house, whether you got some nail polish, go polish your nails, walk to the park, hula hoop, dance around your house, dance in the mirror, you know what I mean? Listen to your favorite soothing music. There's a lot of different self-care activities. So if y'all want me to expand on any of these things, specifically like self-care things, if y'all want me to share like a list of different self-care activities that I love, let me know. Drop a comment or send me a message in a DM, so I'll know, like, okay, y'all want that type of digital thing next, let me know. So yeah, I hope all of this helps you. I'm gonna finish my coconut water because I feel like I've been talking, I ain't really been drinking. So I'm gonna finish this, and I actually have a couple other things in my tabs that I'm working on today. So I got to go now, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for allowing me the safe space to be vulnerable with you and share my transformative process and pieces of my journey. I am sending you all loads of love, loads of peace, loads of abundance, and girl, just go out there and have a dope ass day, okay? Like, this is your journey and you gotta walk it, period, okay? Remember, people will stare, make it worth their while, and I will see y'all later. Ciao. And don't forget, click the description box and support me in one of those ways. Bye, y'all.